That's Taysom Hill going in motion. Carr in the shotgun. Throws it to Hill. Blockers in front. And Taysom Hill across the 30. And that extra effort may have given him enough for a first down.
What is it?
Carr on third down. Pressure's coming. It's deflected and incomplete. Incomplete pass on third down. Second down and 11. Play action. Ritter with the check down to Robinson. And Robinson slips the tackle and gets out of bounds to make it third and manageable. A 5-yard pickup. Third and 5. Ritter throwing right. Wide open man. It's Miller. Down the sideline. Scotty Miller is caught from behind by Jordan Howden. Scotty Miller was wide open, and he goes for 56 yards. And now the Falcons in the red zone, first down and 10. Play action again. Ritter on the move, throws, and he's got Drake London, who's shoved out of bounds. Jonathan Abram on the coverage.
They're pulling out all the stops.
Ritter pulls it, he's going to run. Now looking to pass to the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Jonnu Smith. And what an opening drive for the Falcons. All right, JB, a lot going on today in Week 18. Jaguars can only get in as way of the division championship. No longer a wild card possibility as Carr completes it to Shaheed for 20. And a late flag comes in. He's going to run it again. He's got Prentice, the fullback, as a blocker, and Hill still going, picks up the first down. Second and 1, Williams, the tailback. They fake it to him, and getting Hill in space to pick up the first down.
It's benefit New Orleans Saints with the skill position players.
Carr towards the end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown! A.T. Perry. What a throw by Derek Carr. And the Saints answer. And late in the first quarter, as you see in the top left of your screen. Second and 6. Ritter to Robinson. He's got it. And room to run. Bijan Robinson at the 20. And he will go. Touchdown, Atlanta. 71 yards. Two of the better third down defenses in the NFL. Atlanta is ranked number 3. The Saints are 4th on 3rd and 7. Carr, and his pass is complete for a first down.
He's one of one in this league. He's really like no one else.
Lined up in the slot here. Carr looking his way, and he's got Taysom Hill for a first down, or very close to a first down. Not a great spot. And it looks like he'll be a little bit short. Third down and 8. From here, it'll be about a 50-yard field goal. Carr over the middle. He's got Taysom Hill again, but a big hit by Richie Grant. Carr quickly, he's got the first down. Jawan Johnson rumbles up ahead. A gutsy call by Allen, and it pays off. 16th play of the drive. It's a pitch. Miller cuts it back and trying to get in. He's close, but down inside the 1.
Yeah, you see, this will be interesting to look at because he might be off the ground.
Tied at 14.
Whoa, the new iPhone 15. With that amazing camera, I wish my family had them.
Zoe, you're an action star. Take action. Join T-Mobile and get 4 new iPhones.
After review, the ruling on the field is a touchdown.
Didn't even need it.
Well, I believe that was an expedited review, so.
Third and 11, Ritter to Smith. And Jonnu Smith still fighting his way, but it's short of a first down. The final game of his illustrious career. First down, a handoff to Miller. And Miller with some room and picks up the first down.
Yes, you like the dirty bird.
Carr, and he's got a man for a first down. Beautiful play up to Olave. A gain of 16. NFL Today update, JB and Nate.
This one feels different. It feels a lot like college football rivalries.
They run it on 3rd and 6, and maybe that's to set up going for it on 4th down.
As you see Ritter going up and making an adjustment at the line of scrimmage.
And the Falcons are just going to run it with Robinson. And Tyrann Mathieu was ready for it. Tied at 14. Saints are driving. Looking at second down and 3. Carr throwing left. He's got the first down. Jawan Johnson picks it up. A run with Miller. And Miller picks up the first down. This is a guy that never really got going this season because of injuries. 3rd and 4. Play clock at 1. Hill trying to do it himself, and he's caught by Campbell. Calais Campbell having a big first half. A 24-yard attempt for Groupie, and his kick is good. So with 56 seconds left, the Saints take the lead. Ritter looking for Pitts along the sideline. Does he get the feet in? And they are saying a catch for Kyle Pitts.
Well, they get it off, so it doesn't matter now.
Ritter to Robinson out of the backfield, and Bijan Robinson picks up 7 more.
I think they may have gotten away with that one.
Ritter to the air, and he's got Michael Pruitt for a first down. And Pruitt takes it right into field goal range for the Falcons. A gain of 16.
You've got 26 seconds, plenty of time to take the middle of the field.
2nd and 6 and a first down completion to Van Jefferson from 30 yards away. And Koo is good on the final play of the first half. An entertaining first half here in New Orleans.
Coming out of the half, these third down conversions are going to be massive.
Ritter picked off, intercepted by Alontae Taylor. And Taylor gets to the 26-yard line. Carr looking deep, and it is juggled and caught! Touchdown, Olave!
It's because it just leaves one cut for your running back.
On 3rd and 1, Ritter looking deep down the middle, and it's nearly intercepted by Adebo. The Saints have a 24-17 lead on the Falcons. On first down, it's a run with Kendre Miller, and he breaks free. Miller, the rookie, up to the 39-yard line. Carr on 2nd and 7. He's got a wide open Jawan Johnson sprinting into Atlanta territory and knocked out by Jesse Bates. 2nd and 10. Play action. Carr has all day, taking a deep shot. Shaheed is down there. Shaheed, he's got it! Touchdown! A 39-yard strike from Carr to Shaheed.
You got to do it meticulously.
Algier, and he's got some room up the middle for a first down, running right into Demario Davis. 3rd down and 9. It's as loud as we've heard it here in New Orleans. Ritter looking for London. He's got him on the sideline. What a throw by Ritter just over. Play action. Ritter rolling, comes back to Jonnu Smith. Nice move by Smith after the catch. And he got an extra couple of yards out of that to make it 3rd down and 1. In the first half on 3rd and 1, they took a shot, then did not go for it on 4th down. Let's see what Arthur Smith decides to do here. With Ritter pitching it to Robinson, and Bijan Robinson has the first down. Cut down by Tyrann Mathieu after a gain of 4. Ritter to Bijan Robinson. And Robinson plows right past Warner and still going for the first down. Patterson next to Ritter on 3rd and goal. Robinson in motion. Patterson spun down. Carl Granderson makes the play. And on 4th, Ritter. And it's incomplete. Intended for Robinson. With 7 minutes to go. 3rd and 8 with Carr. Campbell coming. Carr gets rid of it. And Perry with the adjustment. A.T. Perry reels it in. With a concussion, no word yet on Alontae Taylor, who was removed from the game. Taysom Hill in at quarterback. He keeps it himself. And he's got some room. There goes Hill into Atlanta territory and out of bounds around the 40-yard line. A 27-yard run for Taysom Hill. On 2nd and 7, a pitch to Miller, and the rookie exploding through the hole and picking up another first down. 138 yards rushing for the Saints, and Jamal Williams adds to the total. Play clock at 1. Barely got it off. Carr buying time, now just throws it away. 24-yard attempt for Groupie, and his kick is good. So the Saints increase their lead. They lead at 34-17 on CBS. So the penalty makes it 2nd down and 12, and a bad snap. Ritter trying to chase it down. He doesn't have it. The Saints recover. Wide open touchdown. A.T. Perry. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game.
You know, doing it with you this year, you guys are the absolute best.
And by the way, we don't sit that close to each other the whole game.
But you can't argue with how well he played down the stretch of the season.
And Bowden fumbles, and the Falcons say they have it. Nate Landman forced the fumble, but the officials say the Saints have recovered.
They benched Ritter a couple of times. They went with Heineke. They just couldn't seem to get that right, as we see another interception, this time by Logan Woodside.
Tyrann Mathieu might go all the way. And he does not. Down at the 1.
You know, there's a lot of factors that cause you to not be successful, and as we watch this touchdown.
Oh man! That's
Williams with his first touchdown of the season, and that's the rivalry, right? It looked like a knee, and the Saints score a touchdown with 1:10 to go. Oh, and Arthur Smith's hot. That Dennis Allen scored a touchdown at the end. He is hot. He said, "What are you doing?" And he's going at Dennis Allen.
I understand that.
You can read his lips, and you know. And I think he's got it right, by the way, to do that. The Saints did not need to score a touchdown there at the end, and clearly Arthur Smith feels the same way.